Let's start. We will watch the video from the unit. Okay, very well. So, in order to start, we have this video. We will talk about manners, and it says, well, we have some cell phone personality types. Some people consider rude when you're on your phone and you're in a social situation, where when you are using your phone can be considered impolite, right? And we will watch first this video, and this guy wants to be rude, like he wants to be rude on purpose. He will do all these things intentionally, and we will see how other people react.
I wanted to explore how different people react to impolite behavior. I asked my roommate, John, to be rude to people in the library. I videotaped their interactions, and then I interviewed the people to ask them why they acted the way they did. This is Jill. She's all alone in the library. When John enters and sits next to her, rather than at one of the many other free seats.
How's it going?
That was kind of strange. There were so many other places to sit. I mean, it's unusual to sit so close to someone in an empty room, right?
I asked her if she thought about saying anything. She told me that she wanted to.
But I never like to be offensive, you know? So I usually just leave in a situation like that.
See you later.
Next, there was Ethan. I asked John not to make small talk with him, just to ignore him.
I think it's bad form to sit right next to somebody when there are lots of other empty seats in the room.
Then he got a phone call and explained to his mom that he had been to the doctor. Really personal stuff, you know?
He said it's just a rash. All over my back. Yes. He warned me that it might be contagious.
And it's the library, you know? It's supposed to be quiet. So I finally asked him to stop.
I'm sorry, but you know, it's customary to take calls outside the library, right? I'm trying to study here.
Almost done. Yeah, so I don't know. He wrote me up a prescription
And finally, there was Andrea.
I think it's a good idea to say exactly what's on your mind.
She warned John right off the bat that she didn't like his behavior.
You're not planning on sitting there, are you?
Yeah?
No, you're not. He said he liked the spot and claimed that he had been sitting in that chair all week. I couldn't believe it. Then he leaned in way too close and asked me if I could help him with chemistry. You're invading my personal space. Back off, okay?
Is something wrong with you?
No, I don't.
Are you antisocial?
No, I'm just...
You're a loner with no friends.
Stop it. You're being rude, okay? It's rude to sit here when there are so many other empty seats. Talking so close to me is impolite, and you're an interrupter. Is this for real? What is this? What's happening?
We're shooting a video for a sociology class project on how people react to rudeness.
I think you should always say something. I'll tell anybody they're not being polite. Why should a rude person get to ruin my day?
Okay, that's all we need.
Thanks. It was really great to meet you. Thanks so much for helping us out.
Hey, you're not so rude after all.
Okay, well, so that's the experiment. Okay, so we saw how people react, right, when you are having a situation. I think that some people who are very shy, they try to they maybe don't tell you anything, but they feel annoyed, right? So I would like to ask you, have you ever had any situation with a very rude person? Maybe some people are annoying, but they don't see they are being annoying, right? Have you ever had any situation with a rude person, an annoying person? Maybe at work, maybe when you are in public transportation. Have you ever faced any person when they're being rude?
No, teacher, I don't remember a situation like that.
Okay. How about you, Reina? Do you remember any situation with a rude person?
Mm, I hate when in the supermarket, the people invade my personal space.
Mm-hmm.
It is very space in the people
Mm-hmm.
se- mm, mm, ¿cómo decir? Se acercan,
Get close. Get
get
close.
close to me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, get close. When people get close, they don't respect your personal space. Do you remember we were um checking before in we were checking the cultural differences. In China, for example, they don't have a culture of respecting personal space. I mean, they don't find it a problem. For them, it's not rude. Um, in China, you know, so many people like all crowded everywhere. Um, and they don't feel like a necessity to respect the personal space. So when they talk to you, they can be very close, or just something like that. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to I'm going to show you something related to these. Is something that we understand in Mexico too, right? The phenomenon of Karen. It's a name, right? Well, it's not fair for people who are called like this, ¿no? A todas las personas que se llaman así son de esa forma, obviamente. Por eso puede ser un poco injusto utilizar este término. But I think you all know what I mean when I say Karen. In Mexico and in many parts of the world, I think we understand what a Karen is. Um, so a Karen, usually we can have a stereotype. Let me show you some of the pictures. So this is what a Karen looks like, right? Maybe someone else has this hair, right? And they're not, they don't behave like that. Yeah. Okay, so what is Karen? Check here. Karen is a term used as slang, typically for a middle-class white woman who is perceived as entitled or demanding beyond the scope of what is normal. Okay, so here we have is this middle-class white woman, una mujer blanca de media clase media, yeah. So yeah, the term considered pejorative by those who believe it is racist, sexist, ageist, classist, and controlling women's behavior. Ese tipo de personas, que dice Karen, son para mujeres, pero no, también puede haber hombres Karen, ¿no? It's people who are racist, son racistas. Sexistas quiere decir, bueno, machista o feminista, ¿no? Ageist, que por la edad también discriminan. Classist, discriminar por la clase social, right? And the point is that these people have a very strong, they have a very strong need to fight with anyone. They need to fight. Necesitan como pelear con alguien. Son agresivas y también llegan al grado de lo ridículo, ¿ya? I'm glad about living in Mexico. One second. Hey, I'm sorry, just I don't know if you can hear some noise. They're doing some work maintenance. Entonces, bueno, quería ver la forma de, bueno, buscar ya sea los audífonos o ver la forma de si podían aguantarme tantito con esto. Eh, pero no sé si ustedes lo escuchan, because they're like hitting on the wall with a hammer. No sé si se escucha mucho.
Yo no escucho nada. Nada más
¿No?
lo que te expliqué.
Ah, ok. Oh, that's good. Bueno, si ustedes no lo escuchan, al menos eso es bueno. Ok. Bueno, si se llega a escuchar más fuerte, me comentan, ¿ok? I'm going to try to use my headphones to isolate the noise. Okay. And let's see. I wanted to show you, right, the Karens. Right. So we see that Reina, nunca habías escuchado hablar de las Karens. Yeah. So okay. So I'm going to show you some of the things, right? Karens tend to be very aggressive. They don't tell you how to do things, right? They are the typical people in the United States who tell you, don't speak Spanish. Literalmente, hay algunas personas que se enfurecen y que te dicen, no hables español aquí en Estados Unidos, ¿no? A lo mejor no está hablando contigo, pero te escuchan conversando con alguien en español y te dicen que no hables español. Yeah, they're like it's very bad for people who have to deal with them. I'm going to show you just one example.
تحكي هاي؟ وين تحكي هاي؟
Excuse me.
What do you
Excuse
want?
me.
Yes.
Roll it down, please.
I'm not rolling. Who the hell are
Sir,
you?
this is private property. This
شو
is a
عامل
private
لعبك يعني؟
lake.
So what?
Sir,
خلاص امشي هي بتخوف.
Hey,
sir,
hey, hey.
listen to me. This is do you have a permit to be
It's
here?
none of your damn business.
Okay, sir, we pay a lot.
Step
Let
away
me tell
from
you
my
something.
car.
Let me sir,
Step away from my car.
sir, my American tax dollars pay for this permit. This is a private lake. Y'all don't look like you're supposed to be here.
I'm more American like you. You look like European. Where do you come from? Poland?
Sir, roll down this
You
window.
come from Poland or
I have
Russia,
no choice
huh?
but to call the police.
My tax
You
is more than
cannot
your
be
whole
parked
salary.
here.
Get out of
Sir.
here.
Sir.
No, don't sir me.
Sir.
Hey, don't you dare touch my car.
Oh my god, babe, just go.
Don't you dare, huh? You're lucky I got...
Y'all can, oh my God, he hit me.
يا خنزيري. يا خنزيري, you're calling the police, you say I hit you?
Yes.
You're filming everything, right?
Man just struck me. I'm at my local.
She's lying, then you...
And he just struck me.
She's a liar!
Struck me. He is shouting, sir.
Give me my...
He is shouting at me, saying something about my salam alaikum or alaikum salam or something. I don't, sir.
وين تحكي هاي؟
Okay, well, so yeah, they are like that. They are very
Somebody help me!
Help her!
Somebody help me!
Help her! Yeah, because I already
help me!
told you, don't knock on my
Somebody help
window.
me!
You're a fucking Karen. Get the fuck away from my car. Get the fuck away from my car. Get the fuck away from me, man, before I slap the shit out of you. I'm not playing.
I'm calling the police.
Call them. Call them.
I am.
Hi.
I got you on camera.
Yeah, you sure do.
I sure do.
Please get this lady.
James!
James! Come on, James!
Yeah,
Come on, James!
He's got a tumor. It's
Come
like the size of a
on, okay.
football.
Bitch, get the
Leave
fuck
me-
away from me. Stop
Leave
fucking
me
with me.
alone.
Why are you over here at my car? I don't. Bitch, get away from me. I'm not playing. I'm not fucking with you.
I'm calling the police.
Calm down! Bitch, cause you steady fucking with me. I don't fucking know you. Shit. Yeah.
I'm calling the police.
Yeah.
That was like a Karen versus another Karen. Okay, very well. So let's now, we're going to check these cell phone personality types. So are talking about maybe not very good manners, gente que no tiene buenos modales. You know, I don't know if you can hear anything now. ¿Sí escuchan el ruido? No, no lo escuchan. YouTube.
No, teacher.
Oh, well, that's relief. Okay, so let's check. You know, some people seem not to have very good manners. They are very rude, right? Or they just seem not to have a common sense. Parece que no tuvieran sentido común, ¿no? De la, bueno, de cómo tratar a otra persona. For example, maybe you are eating in a public place and they make sounds while they eat, quizá mastican, abren la boca, maybe some of the other kind of things, right? Like very inconsiderate, quizá muy desconsiderado. So, let's see, what of these personalities we have here in the box, a different type of annoying people on the phone. We have, for example, the generic ring. La persona que tiene el sonido de celular genérico, el clásico, ¿no? No son originales. The I talk everywhere. La persona que habla por teléfono, incluso en situaciones donde no debería de estar hablando por teléfono, quizá una reunión importante. That's the I talk anywhere. Distracted driver. Bueno, aquí no. Creo que queda claro. Distracted driver. If you drive and you are on the phone. The shouter. The shouter is the person who shouts means scream, quiere decir gritar, ¿no? Personas que en vez de hablar por el teléfono están gritando por el teléfono. The useless call maker. The useless call maker is the person who calls you for everything. Te llama, pues, quizá por situaciones no tan importantes, no te llama. We will see later. The corporate big shot person who makes their calls interesting, like if they were businessmen or something. Entonces vamos a leer. El primero es the shouter. Talking 3 times louder than necessary is characteristic of this offensive cell phone user. He seems to think everyone has a hearing impairment. Doesn't he know the phone already amplifies his voice? Okay, aquí dice, el gritón, the shouter, habla 3 veces más fuerte de lo necesario cuando está en el teléfono y eso suena como ofensivo, sobre todo para la persona que está cerca de él. He seems to think he has a hearing impairment. Pareciera que tiene un aparato de audición, o sea, que es sordo. ¿Acaso no sabe que ya el micrófono del teléfono amplifica su voz? Right? I don't know, just saying. This is the shouter. Vamos a ver el siguiente y después determinamos de quién estamos hablando, according to these people, to these descriptions of people. Oh, number two, please. Number two, please help me, Reina.
This pompous fellow makes all his business calls in public place while standing in the middle of a crowded room. He conducts big business deals right there in front of us, but we're not impressed.
Ok. Pompous quiere decir alguien que es presumido. Esta persona presumida hace llamadas de negocios en lugares públicos mientras se paran enfrente de un cuarto pues lleno de gente. He conducts big business deals right there in front of us. Él aparenta que hace grandes negocios frente de nosotros, pero no nos impresiona. So who is this person?
The corporate bishop.
The corporate big shot. Very well. Entonces es alguien que aparenta, puede ser real también, ¿no? Pero que aparenta que está haciendo sus deals, sus negocios. Y bueno, para que la demás gente escuche, ¿no? So these kind of people, yeah, we also have these kind of people. Okay, let's see. Number three, please. Can you read it, Nubia? Number three.
Yes, teacher. This exasperating person makes trivial phone calls one after another on airplanes. You'll overhear her saying ridiculous things like, "Hi, we haven't left yet," or "Hi, we just landed. Okay, see you in a minute."
Okay. Esta persona, exasperating es como insoportable. Esta persona insoportable hace llamadas de teléfono triviales a cada momento. En los aviones los escuchas diciendo cosas ridículas como todavía no nos hemos ido, cuelga, vuelve a llamar, ya despegó el avión, cuelga. Bueno, quizá en el teléfono ya no puede llamar porque están volando y no hay señal. Pero luego cuando llaman a aterrizar, en todo momento están ya haciendo llamadas triviales. I wonder if it's not simpler just to send a WhatsApp message. No. Just simply a WhatsApp message. No need to call. Okay. Let's see. You know what we had seen about Japan? ¿Se acuerdan lo que habíamos visto acerca de Japón? In Japan, when you are in public, don't make calls. And if you need to make calls, you try to do it as quiet as possible. In Japan, they consider this rude, and it's not customary to make calls to speak really loud if you're in a public place. Let's see. Number 4, please. Let's see. Number 4. Dante, can you read it?
Making and taking calls anytime, anywhere is a trademark of this infuriating person. She'll chat in restaurants, at movie theaters, and even at funerals. When her cell phone rings, she looks at you and says insincerely, "Oh, sorry about that."
Okay, very well. Excellent. So, hacer y tomar llamadas a cada momento es la marca distintiva de esta persona que es muy molesta. Restaurants, cinema, funerals, incluso en un funeral, no respetaría en ese momento. When her cell phone rings, she looks at you and says insincerely, "Oh, sorry about that." Okay. Yeah, well, I think people don't respect that, right? Okay, number 5, please, Reina.
5. Or use the phone, don't do both at the same time. This can be dangerous if one is carried to see a delivery truck in their rear view mirror with a distracted driver and the phone behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So this is you. Who is number 5?
The distracted driver.
Yes, the distracted driver. Excellent. Okay, please, Nubia, the next one. Number 6.
Um, these are the people who haven't bothered to personalize their ringtone. One phone rings and 10 people check to see if it's theirs. Hangs on, I think that's my phone.
Okay. Esta persona, esta gente, no se han molestado en personalizar su tono de teléfono. Un teléfono suena y 10 personas sacan su teléfono para revisar si es el de ellos. Okay, so this is who?
The generic ring.
Yes, the generic ring. Yes, that's correct. Very well. So, you have different. Which of these is the most common to you? Which of these do you are more? Do you feel like you're more familiar with? ¿Con quién de estos sienten más familiarizados?
I with the generic ring, but
Generic ring.
I don't understand what's wrong with the original song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the problem could be that because it's the generic ring, many people would think is their phone. El teléfono suena y nadie va a, si todos utilizan el mismo tono, nadie va a saber que es su teléfono, right? So, I think that's the point. I think I see more people who are showers. O sea, hablan del teléfono, hasta salen de su casa a gritar, ¿no? O no, quizás porque no tienen señal dentro de su casa, pero a gritar en el teléfono es like, and then they also use the speaker. También utilizan el altavoz. Okay,
In
well,
my
that's
defense,
yes.
in my defense, I don't know how to change the sound.
Yeah. Well, I also keep a very generic one. I don't change it. All right. So, I don't know if you have any questions about the vocabulary from this text.
What's the
Any
meaning of
questions?
hang on?
Hang on is espera. Like wait. Something else?
And when you say hang out, it's the opposite, or I don't know.
Hang on is wait, and hang out is colgar.
Okay, thank you.
Hang out, yeah. Okay. So that's the thing. Very well. And yeah, hang out is very common, pero sí, hang on is esperar. Those are different. All right. So with this, we will go now to the next unit. We have finished this unit. And we discussed a lot about manners. Now we're going to check these next things. We're going to check differences between the present perfect and the simple past too. We have some stories here that we will read in a moment. So let's see, we have here present perfect versus simple past. This is our view because you already know present perfect and you know simple past. So just to remember a little bit, who can tell me something about the present perfect? ¿Quién me dice el presente perfecto para qué es? ¿Para qué se utiliza? ¿Qué verbos auxiliares usa? Un ejemplo. Can you tell me something about the present perfect?
Present perfect use an auxiliary verb that is have
Have or
uh,
has.
or has, and we use it when we talk about something in the past, but we don't have a specific period of time.
Okay, exactly. So it's when it's indefinite or you're not sure about the time when you did this activity. Very well. Aquí tenemos un ejemplo. I've locked my keys in the car. I have locked my keys in the car. Se me han quedado las llaves adentro, adentro del auto. Okay, so I'm not saying when this happened, right? Esto no estoy diciendo hace cuánto fue, si hace 5 minutos, si fue hace una hora. But the context tells you that it was something recent. Pero aquí el contexto es para algo reciente. If you say something like, I have been to Europe. He ido a Europa. Entonces, te lo estoy contando como una experiencia, pero no te estoy diciendo cuándo lo hice. Yeah, I'm not telling you it was 1 year ago, 2 years ago, because the time is not important here, but the action. That's why when you talk about your experiences, you use the present perfect because it's not important to know when these things happen, but that you did. You can say like once, una vez. Like you can say, I have eaten grasshoppers. He comido chapulines. ¿Importa cuándo? A lo mejor la persona después te pregunta, when did you do it? ¿Cuándo lo hiciste? Pero si en un inicio te estoy contando una experiencia, no tiene importancia decirte cuándo, but I can tell you just, I have eaten grasshoppers before. Ya he comido chapulines. So this is the thing with the present perfect. The present perfect doesn't have a when, right? El presente perfecto nunca contesta a una pregunta con when, es decir, con cuándo, sino que se enfoca más bien en el hecho, en la acción, ¿ya? Lo interesante es que esto se llama present perfect, but even though the name is present perfect, remember, it's not present, right? Se llama presente perfecto, pero no estoy hablando del presente, sino más bien del pasado. I have been, también puedes decir, por ejemplo, I have worked here 10 years. He trabajado aquí 10 años. So in this case, the present perfect, we can see that it's an event that you did in the past. Esto es una oración que me dice, esta es una acción que hiciste en el pasado, que sigues haciendo en el presente, porque la oración no dice yo trabajé, dice he trabajado. So it means that you continue doing so, and that you will probably continue doing it in the future. Probablemente lo sigas haciendo en el futuro, ¿ya? Por eso es también, el nombre se le llama presente perfecto, porque podemos decir que es una oración perfecta, ¿no? Es decir, que se cumple en todos los tiempos, tanto en presente como en pasado, como en futuro. Es una oración verdadera, ¿ya? Ese es otro uso de present perfect. Now, the simple past is obviously the past. Y aquí el versos en que lo estamos viendo en este contexto es de compararlos cuando se utilizan en el pasado, cuando utilizar presente perfecto y cuando utilizar pasado simple. Now, the simple past can answer the question when. In fact, it's important when you mention when it happened, you need to use the simple past. Check the examples. After a day at the mall, the woman went out to her car. Después de un día en el centro comercial, la mujer salió por su carro. I started teaching her to paint last year. Empecé a enseñarle a pintar el año pasado. Entonces aquí yo tengo cuándo han sucedido estas cosas. Por ejemplo, aquí digo after a day at the mall, después de un día en el centro comercial. Last year, el año pasado. So when you have specific time reference, you use the simple past. Okay. Now we are going to read these stories. One of them is false. Una de estas es falsa. Ustedes tienen que adivinar cuál es la historia falsa. I'm going to read number 1 first. Y vamos a escoger un titular para cada historia. So it says, the police have been called to a surfing contest in Brazil because a dog has been stealing all the attention. The dog became the main attraction at Praia da Tiririca in Bahia during the Surf World Championship. And the dog and his owner surfed together on the same software between the competitions. Police said they called us to remove the pair because they've been getting more attention than the actual contest. The dog's owner said, I've always surfed with my dog. He's always loved it. Sometimes I think he's a better surfer than I am. Okay. So which is the headline? Headline es el titular, which is the headline for this story.
Surfing dog.
Surfing dog.
Upstage rivals.
Upstage's rivals. Upstages es como que venciendo a los rivales. Yeah, so here they have a competition. Hay una competencia de surf, pero también están esta persona con su perro que también están surfeando, que ellos no son parte de la competencia. And they called the police to remove them. Y de hecho quieren que no estén ahí porque se están robando toda la atención a la competencia real que hay in Brazil. Okay. Number 2, please, Nubia, can you read it?
Yes, teacher. Maggie, a California sea lion at the Pittsburgh Zoo, has been amazing visitors by painting for her supper. He has created dozens of paintings, her trainer said. I started teaching her to paint last year and she caught on quickly. Maggie spent 3 months learning to hold the paintbrush in her mouth and to touch it to the canvas. Adding the paint was the next step. Maggie earned a fish for every successful brush stroke. The trainer has saved all the paintings. She'll probably sell them to raise money to help animals.
Okay, so okay, we have a paintbrush and brush stroke. Paintbrush es esto, para pintar, pincel. Brush stroke is una pincelada. All right. And this is a sea lion, es una foca. No, pero león marino. So it's either be right. Sea lion paints for her supper. Supper es cena, como que pinta para ganar dinero para su cena. Ok. Sí, porque según se venden estas obras, sí, gana dinero. Ok. Number 3, please, Reina.
Chopper in Michigan shaved time and money after her husband helped her unlock her cat from 10 miles away. After a day at the mall, the woman went out to the car but couldn't find her keys. When saw them still in the ignition, she called home and said, "I've locked my keys in the car. I've never done that before. I don't know what to do." Following her husband's instructions, she held her cell phone about a foot from the car door, while her husband held the spare car remote near his phone and pressed the unlock button. The door unlocked. She said, "I totally stopped worrying about my keys now."
Okay, very well. Interesting. Okay. So this is cell phone opens car door. So, this story is a historia cuenta, right? They said that she went to the mall, el esposo no estaba con ella. El esposo, él estaba en casa o en el trabajo en otro lado. So she went to the mall and she forgot the keys inside. Pero el esposo, bueno, creo que sí estaba en casa y tenía el spare es de repuesto. Tenía una llave de repuesto en casa. And he hold the phone. So imagine él estaba llamando a su esposa, tenía la llave de repuesto del auto, intentó abrir y al parecer la señal desde la casa, que él tenía el control remoto y estaba llamando, llegó al teléfono y del teléfono se transmitió al auto. Okay. So which of these stories do you think is false? Number 1, number 2, or number 3?
Later, A.
Very well. Exactly. I think it's number 3. But also I don't remember. Bueno, vamos a ver la página, creo que es la última. And we have the answers. Story 3 is false. Sí, esta historia es falsa. Sí, también se dice, ¿cómo? Vas a abrir el auto, ¿no? A la distancia. But the sea lion, it's real. Pero lo de el león marino que pinta, eso es verdadero. Okay, we'll finish for today. We'll see you in the next class. Thank you. Goodbye.
Aguante.
Yes.
Can you repeat what is upstage? Upstage.
What is what?
Upstage. Y...
Upstage.
Ajá, abajo del perrito que decía algo así.
Upstage. Upstage es... okay, stage es como el escenario, ¿no? Entonces, si alguien tiene la atención y tú le robas la atención, eso es como upstage. Es como robar la atención, vencer, desacreditar. Puede tener distintos significados en este caso, como robar la atención. Upstage.
Ok, ¿y qué significa health? A ver, lo escribo.
Health es mantener. Health es el pasado. Health es mantuvo.
Mantener.
Hold es mantener. Health es en pasado. Mantuvo.
Hold y health.
Health.
Ok.
Yes.
Ok. Gracias.
Any other questions?
No, creo que no.
Perfect. So thanks for joining. See you next one. Goodbye.